You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments below. Be sure to smash that like button. I would love to get sort of a national perspective, not only the LSU coaching search, but all of the coaching search and how they might be interwoven right now. And maybe a thought on this these playoff rankings as well. Let's start with LSU. There seems to be a lot of smoke conversation around the Jimbo Fisher stuff. Do you feel that is valid, that is a valid conversation right now?
Well, I think what's happening, number one, right, is people are connecting the dots. And there are a lot of them to connect, and they're easy to connect, right? The athletic director at LSU hired Jimbo Fisher at his last stop, paid him a lot of money, and gave him a contract that didn't include a buyout. And they're known to be pretty somewhat close, friends, sounds like. So in the MO, right, of the LSU athletic director, Scott Woodward, is to go out and hire the big name, pay a lot of money. He's done that with a lot of coaches, a couple at LSU already. Kim Mulkey, and did it at Washington as well. Did it at A&M a few times. Buzz Williams, the basketball coach over there, he hired from Virginia Tech. So he seems to do that. So there are a lot of dots to connect. I don't know how valid it is. I'll be honest, and I think I put a tweet out like a day or two after Ed Orgeron was announced that he would not return next season, saying, look, the buzz in Baton Rouge is there would not be a fourth flirtation with Jimbo Fisher. We all know, in 2005 he interviewed for the job. 2015, right? He probably accepted the job basically, and then they kept Les Miles. And there was a flirtation in 2016, although I don't think it was that serious. And I just had heard immediately that it probably wasn't happening again. But gosh, you just keep hearing his name, and I think it's a lot because a lot of people are connecting the dots, and I think that Scott Woodward does or did or is interested in Jimbo, just like he was when he was at A&M. So I think that's why the kind of the name Jimbo Fisher and the LSU job just kind of won't go away because of all those things.
Well, you mentioned the big names, right? So Dabo and Lincoln Riley and Brian Kelly. These are other big names that would fit that mold that you hear bandied about. Would you put any % chance on any of those guys actually taking the LSU job?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would put a percentage, probably not real high. I don't think I would put a high percentage on someone like Dabo taking the LSU job. I don't think my percentage on Lincoln would be that high either. Maybe it's higher than Dabo. But so I think it's possible. Yeah. I mean, you don't see it happen a lot though, right? But the guy who, one of the few times that it happened, the guy who did it is now LSU's athletic director.
Yeah, that's a great point.
So he did it with Jimbo at A&M. And what I mean, it doesn't happen often. It's a blue blood, right? Power 5 blue blood head coach, or coach of a blue blood program, leaving for another, right, blue blood program. You don't see it happen very often. The Florida State, the Texas A&M happened, and honestly, I'm racking my brain to think of a recent other example. Some people have mentioned Wisconsin to Arkansas, Brett Bielema, Wisconsin to Arkansas. I mean, I don't think neither one of those programs will be in the top 20 historically necessarily. Football success. I don't know if you can call them blue bloods, but the point is it's rare, man. It's just rare.
The only one I would give you is Dennis Francione when he left Alabama for Texas A&M, but that's been 20 years.
Yeah, that's a good one. That is.
You can use that. You can use that if you want.
No, thank you very much. And we could sit here and probably come up with 5 or 6 more of the last 25 years. But the point is, it probably only happens at most once every 6, 8, 10 years.
Yeah. Mel Tucker is the betting favorite. I mean, do you think it's easy to presume that he's going to get this job?
I don't think so. Just for a couple reasons, right? We just talked about Scott Woodward's MO of hiring the big kind of flashy name and all that, all the guys he's hired too, all the coaches he's hired too, have had a fairly well-documented, long history of success as a head coach. And Mel has had 3 years, right? Not even 3 years. So that would be something that it would just be different from a lot of the other hires. You look at all the other hires he's made: Kim Mulkey, Jimbo, Peterson at Washington, Bud Williams at A&M. What do they all have in common? They had a lot of success at a Power 5 job for a pretty long period, right? They've been a head coach for a pretty long time. I have to go back and look at Buzz to see exactly how long he had been head coach, but I'm pretty sure it had been several years. So the Mel one would be odd because he's been a head coach for 2.5 years. And so that's the one that just kind of scratched my head on that one. It's just a small sample size. To hire a guy to take over a program, it's a very small sample size.
So if you don't think they hire Mel Tucker, and Jimbo is kind of, but maybe not, and who else is out there that we're not thinking of?
Is there somebody in the NFL? I don't know. I mean, really, I'm just throwing that out there. I have no idea. I mean, could there be somebody in the NFL? Maybe, I guess. I don't know how often. You don't see it happen too often, right? You really don't. You don't see like an NFL coordinator or something go down and take a college head job, because guess what? They get compensated pretty well. They don't have to text 17-year-olds, So you don't see it happen very often. But the other names, obviously I'm gonna mention the name that's 45 minutes down the road, right? Who's had phenomenal success, who's won 4 straight division championships in his 4 years at a school in Lafayette, Louisiana. He's a Saban guy. Scott Woodward respects Nick Saban. He's friends with Nick Saban. Worked with Nick Saban at LSU. He's certainly one that
hey, man, when you said 45 minutes down the road, I thought you were talking east. I thought you were about, because you started saying NFL. I thought you were going to say Sean Payton. I was about to say, Ross, come on, bro. I'm going to hang up the phone on you, bro.
No, I'm going west. I'm going west.
Can we ask Hanny if he's pushing Napier? Somebody ask Hanny if he's pushing Napier.
Oh, is that a joke? I haven't paid attention. He's pushing now. I assume he's pushing Napier.
No, he's not. I'll send you. Oh, I can't believe you haven't seen. I'll send you the audio.
Oh, no,
yeah, it was a Condon Hanny thing. I'll send it to you.
I like a good Hanny rant.
I have under 60 seconds to a hard break. Is the Florida job coming open?
No, I don't think so. Not this year. I don't think so. And I think when you see a coach make changes, in the mid-season, that usually means that they're probably safe, right? And they're making changes for a reason, so they can keep their job. We saw that in Nebraska. That was obvious, right? This year, he got to keep his job for another year. For one, he took a pay cut, and 2, he wiped out his entire offensive staff. Yeah. And I think Dan firing Todd Grantham is something similar. So I think Dan does get another year. It seems like it, But hey, I guess they could keep on losing, and then maybe they do pull the plug. But I don't think it happens this year, no.
Ross Dellenger, Sports Illustrated, on Twitter at Ross Dellenger. Thank you, Ross.
All right, Matt. Thanks.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.